Hey, Viking fans, this is Keith Millard, and you are listening to the One Bar and Lupicus Show. Go Vikes!
All right, welcome back to the One Bar and Lupicus Show. I'm One Bar with Lupicus, and we are getting into the mailbag today. Some good questions this week. Good questions.
We are delving deep into the sack. Hopefully there's some good questions. I haven't looked ahead. I don't know what's coming, and you know what? It don't matter. I'm ready to answer.
All right, well, let's just dip right into it. And also 2 weeks from now, we're going to be probably watching some great 6th-round picks being drafted by the Vikings.
Yeah, at this point in 2 weeks, we'll both be wasted. We'll be doing our drunken analysis of the picks. Hopefully we trade down in the 7th so you can really hear some in-depth analysis coming from our drunken mouths.
Drunken yet accurate and from the heart. That's all that matters. Will be. Just like these questions.
And not have nice things to say about, I think it was Blake Brandel last year.
Yeah, he's going to make you eat those words.
I hope so.
All right, first off, we always get at least one question talking about the just favorite Viking, stuff like that. So we'll start off with a softball. What old school Viking do you wish you could have seen play in his prime?
Oh, man, I'm going to say Fran Tarkenton just because that guy was like a wizard avoiding pressure, the way he'd scramble around, make something out of nothing. I think I really would have gotten a thrill out of watching Fran Tarkenton play football. So he came before my time. But, yeah, if I could go back, I'd love to watch him play.
Yeah, and, lucky for us, we've seen some dandies. We've seen Randy Moss, Randall McDaniel, Chris Carter, John Randall. We've seen some damn good ones, but I'm going Paul Krause. I always got a soft spot for a safety, especially a safety that does nothing but suck up interceptions. What do you have? 82, 80? I don't shit ton of interceptions. Paul Krause would have been fantastic to watch, and he played for like 15 years. So Paul Krause, no doubt about it. Great question. Fran Tarkenton is an easy second. All right, this one is not Vikings related, but you know what? They want to know, and we're going to give them an answer. What odds do you put on Deshaun Watson playing this year? Also, what are the odds that he'll be playing for the Texans?
I think he will. I mean, are you talking just play at all? I think he 100% he plays something. This thing could drag out, and I don't think they can do anything until all the legal things have shooken out. So I think he will play, and I do think it'll be for the Texans. They kind of held him hostage here. I think if he would have been dealt, it would have happened by now. Obviously, the draft is a big thing where things could change, but with the situation right now, he's going to be awfully hard to trade without teams knowing what his future is going to be. So I think he will be with the Texans. I do think we'll see him for at least a stint.
We have some breaking news. Sneaky Joe is thirsty.
Uh-oh.
All right. I think the Texans are going to hold strong. They seem like that stubborn zit on your ass that just will not heal. I think they would have caved by now. I mean, especially after the draft. Dolphins were always, I think at some point Watson's just say, oh shit, I'm getting fined up the ass. I have to come back and play.
You know what I call that stubborn zit on the ass that won't heal?
What?
Jeff.
Jeffrey. So yeah, I think we're both saying he's going to play. I think it'll be for the Texans. Who knows? It could get ugly. That is anybody's guess. Next up, would you rather take Mac Jones in the 1st or Kyle Trask in the 3rd?
I would rather take Kyle Trask in the 3rd because I really don't want to use our 1st-round pick on a quarterback unless it's someone we don't expect to be there, like a Justin Fields, Trey Lance, a guy kind of a dynamic talent. Mac Jones, very similar to Kirk Cousins in his style of play, accurate passer, except for his pro day, not very mobile, not going to wow you with his athletic specimen of a body. So I'd rather wait and get that Kyle Trask type. Doesn't have to be Kyle Trask, but someone in the 3rd round. Coming in is going to be your backup, going to be your number 2. You have not re-signed Sean Mannion. And he's got a little bit of upside to him, could potentially develop into a starter down the road. At least you have that on your team. So I think I would much rather go Kyle Trask in round 3.
Kyle Trask, easy, done, moving on. All right. I've been a fan for the Vikings for 53 years. I'm proud to say that, actually. Anyway, in all sincerity, I firmly believe we must go offensive line first and several times. Who do you guys think we should go for first? Best player available. Oh, yeah. Who are we going for first? Who are we going for first is the question.
Well, you never want to pigeonhole yourself into a position. You can still.
I'm starting to think you're going to answer all these first.
Yeah, I was going to actually let you do this one first. Go ahead.
Nope.
You read them. So I always think I have to answer.
Too late.
First.
You already started.
Well, I don't think you have to pigeon. You don't have to go O-line number one. I mean, you got Ezra Cleveland, who's you took last year to be your left tackle of the future. All you really need is a couple of guards. You can find that in round 3, round 4. You have 8 picks in those rounds. So you don't have to do it. That being said, I mean, obviously, if Rashawn Slater falls to you at 14, you got to take him. He can play guard tackle. To me, he's your number one option. But I'll let you touch on the other guys who could be there.
My theme, and will continue to be my theme, is just best player available. I don't care if that's Micah Parsons. I don't care if that's Patrick Surtain. Take the best player available. Do not get fancy. Do not reach for an offensive lineman if they are not your best player on the board. And I'm sticking to my guns on that one. That's it. I don't care who it is. Best player on their board.
Yeah, but no matter what they do, if they do take a lineman, they will say that was the best player on their board, and they're lying.
Well, they can say that, but if they take Sam Cosmi and say that's the best player on their board, then clearly they need somebody else creating those boards.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, we'll see. But yes, they'll say that's the player they had targeted all along.
They need a new lumberyard.
Need a new lumberyard. Will Zimmer draft a cornerback in the first round?
I'm gonna let you answer first.
It's really polite of you. Thank you. The only way this happens is if like a Patrick Surtain falls. And even if he's there, I think they're on the phone trying to trade or if they trade back, I guess, if they trade back into the 20s or something and get a quarterback, but I can't see them taking a JC Horn or anything like that. So I don't think that's happening at all.
I think it depends the way the board shakes out. If all your best options on the line are gone, and you're looking at a corner or Kwity Paye, and if you do have that corner ranked higher on your board, I think you do pull the trigger there on the corner. And it's going to be a need down the road. You got 2 guys signed to 1-year deals. Jeff Gladney's future's up in the air. So you just said if it's the best player available, then you take him. So I would only do it if it was absolutely that situation where it was the best player,
which would have to be Patrick Surtain and nobody else.
No, I mean, JC Horn's climbing quite a bit, and they said he's the best press corner in the draft, which would make him very, very attractive to Mike Zimmer.
All right. Final one. Name a possible big draft day trade for the Minnesota Vikings.
You want to go first?
Go ahead.
Well, I think it's a trade down. I think if it's one of those quarterbacks are there and they get a deal that nets them, a future first-round pick would be the ideal trade. If you move down to 19, 20, I know you don't want to trade with your division rivals, but the Bears could be in the market for a quarterback. They did bring in Andy Dalton to be their starter, which is horrifying if you're a Bears fan. Great news if you're a Vikings fan. So they could be a team that could trade up. Washington could move up. So it depends. If a quarterback falls to 14, I think the Vikings could have a very sexy option on the board. And you know what? Maybe a trade again. Maybe this team isn't one big trade. It's 2 or 3 trades and just, getting down to that point, end of the first round. Maybe you don't even pick in the first round. You pick in the second. You just really, really throw your fans for a loop.
If we're not picking until the second round, that would be disgusting. I got Washington trading up for one of the possible quarterback, like a Mac Jones. And also Washington's got their eyeballs on some receivers. So if either of those two, like a Devontae Smith, Mac Jones there, Washington, I could see giving us a ring. Also Tennessee, which I believe picked 22. If there's an edge rusher, I mean, right at 14, it seems like the edge rushers are going to start coming off pretty fast. So Tennessee could be looking to get up there and get the best one, because there could be 0 off the board by then. So that could be very attractive. So Tennessee and Washington.
And I'm going to throw the Bears in there too.
They're not trading with the Bears. They're not going to give them a chance to get a quarterback of the future. Never.
Hey, if they don't believe in that quarterback, they may be open to it.
Ever. They love the fact that Andy Dalton is their quarterback, and they are not going to throw them a bone.
Never know.
All right, that's our mailbag. It is securely emptied. Good questions. Thanks for sending them in. Again, 2 weeks from today will be rounds 5, 6, 7, and I'm very excited. 4, 5, 6, 7.
Yeah, it's always a great time. It's always it's always a time of mixed emotions. The draft is starting to wind down, but you got the pals over in the garage drinking some beers, enjoying the last few rounds. So a lot of Vikings, new Vikings show up in that day. So it's always a great thing. All right, we'll be back. I don't know, probably tomorrow with something new. So always look for that. Until then, remember this: if you commit any crime at sea, you are considered a pirate.